We're going to talk about what makes marriages successful with Ivan and his wife, Lorraine. But they have a couple of nicknames that they have for each other that they want to share with the camera. What are they?
Well, I call her Sweetness.
Sweetness.
Yeah. You can say it. Go ahead. For the whole world to know.
Who?
Booper.
Booper. Booper. Sweetness and Booper. All right. So Sweetness and Brother Boop. Tell the audience about your marriage, about your journey.
Well, our marriage is quite complex. We didn't start out with the best of situations, and I'm not sure how much my wife wants me to divulge to the public about our relationship. But let's say that we got together when I was already obligated to someone else. And because of that start, it caused us to go down a whole lot of different paths that weren't, the best for a new relationship because of the way we started. But at the end, God straightened it out. But yeah, we started out pretty rough when it comes to relationships. I'm kind of avoiding the word. I'll let her say it if she chooses to say it, but yeah, we didn't start out too good. Far as our relationship was always good, but we didn't start out as normal couples.
Normal couples?
Yeah.
Lorraine, what would be a normal couple?
I have no idea. Well, just like the regular, I guess they would say, the courting, the getting to know families, and then asking the father to marry the woman. Things like that, where we got to know each other's side of the family, and sorry. So that's what he means. So we met.
Tell her what you mean.
I was married when I met her.
Yeah, I was ready to say that.
Yeah, I was married.
Oh, okay.
I was in a contract with another woman. It was legally and binding, and I met her. Yeah.
Okay, so go on.
When he told me he was, I didn't believe him. Well, he didn't tell me at first. And the time we spent together, I was like, how can somebody be married later on if he's always here? Always at my house, always calling, always seeing me. And like, I don't understand that. Then the dynamic of it, then after he told me how it was, I'm like, oh, now I get it. But
what was the dynamics of their marriage?
Oh, my marriage?
Yeah.
She wasn't married. I was still a newlywed, so to speak. I hadn't even been married, 7 months or something like that. And because of my lifestyle, I wasn't home a lot. I'll say it that way. So me being out there in the streets, as we say, I ran into Lorraine through a cousin. And the cousin introduced us, and we started communicating, talking. And of course, one thing led to another, and I never divulged that I was married. Matter of fact, I used to wear driving gloves a lot, because at that time, that was a popular thing to do for me anyway. So my ring was always covered up. She never even knew. She never asked. So I never volunteered that information. And as a result of us being together for a long period of time, they say what you do in the dark comes out in the light. Eventually, both parties found out. My wife and Lorraine found out.
So how was that for you, Lorraine, to find out that information?
well, I was confused. It was heartbreaking, but it's confused, like I said, because he never spent time with her at all. And like I said, I didn't believe him. And then I got to a point where I said, I don't care.
Oh, you said you got to the point where you said...
I didn't care.
Oh, you didn't care. Okay.
That I was married.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But it wasn't fair to her to put her in that position. And it wasn't fair to my wife to put her in that position either. That's what happens when you're selfish and, you only think about yourself. Of course, you can justify anything that you do, but I come to learn that I was wrong in that situation, because I put her in a bad situation being with me, and I put my wife in a worse position because she had to deal with the reality that her husband was being unfaithful. So it was very selfish on my part.
So how did you guys work through all of that?
I don't even remember all of it. It was so much. I know at one point, I don't know if he left there. I don't know if she put him out. I don't know. I don't remember. But he left there, and then that's when we, took our relationship to another level where we moved out of my mother's and got our own place. And then they were going back and forth, of course, through different things, cars and different things like that, whatever. She trying to, I guess, get them back, and then to a point where they didn't get back together, of course. So, but like I said, it was all kind of a blur in a sense too, because at one point later on, through his incarceration, different things of that.
Why you had to tell him about the incarceration?
Well, you have to.
Yeah, but you're not supposed to tell him. The whole world's listening.
I know.
So you're going to tell him I'm a jailbird too? And an adulterer? Oh, jeez.
Well, say it mixed up in there, so.
Go ahead. It's out there now.
So that's why it was a little blur.
The truth of the matter is that I thought that I could pretty much get away with whatever I thought that I could do. Pretty much like most people do. But I remember my grandmother and older people used to say, what you do in the dark, eventually going to come out in the light. And so a lot of light was shining on me at that time in my life. I found myself in all kinds of situations that I didn't want to be in. But it was, like I said, it was very unfortunate and unfair to them. And I think about that now. At the time, I didn't think about that. But yeah, I had times where I was, incarcerated because of my lifestyle, my choices. I was in a situation where I was trying to choose, which woman I was going to be with, whether I was going to stay with my wife or leave my wife and be with, Lorraine. And of course, we all know, the end of that story because I'm sitting by her now. But yeah, I even made a lot of bad decisions back then. And, through the grace of God, God has used some of those decisions to make me a better person, because now I can speak from experience of things that you do that are not good for you, opposed to, saying just, how we say, hey, if I was you, I wouldn't do that. Why wouldn't you do that? So I can tell them why not to do that. So yeah, it came full circle.
Well, you said something about your lifestyle. What lifestyle was you living?
You want to tell them?
Go ahead.
I used to sell illegal pharmaceuticals. I don't indulge in that no more. But when Lorraine met me, that's the person that I was, portraying. As they say, a drug dealer. I was a drug dealer.
What did you feel about that lifestyle, right?
I didn't know about that either.
Or how did you feel?
When I met him, I used to go out to the bars, go out to dance, go out to hang out with some friends. And like you say, his cousin, her name was Yvette. I met her down at one bar in Chester. And we went to school together. We were the same age. And she was a schoolmate. And me and her were talking. And I saw Ivan a couple of times before I met with her down there. And I said to her, I always see this guy coming here, always clean cut, look nice. And I said, but he look like he don't play either, like he's like kind of rough. And his cousin said she wasn't going to tell him what I said. And I said, you better not. She said, I'm not going to tell him. I asked him for some money. So of course she told him what I said. So then he asked me, well, if your friend is not scared of me, asked if she want to have a dance with me. So we started dancing and dancing ever since.
Oh, that was so cute. Oh.
It sounds like what I'm hearing, you were in a marriage that you were unhappy with, and then you started talking to Lorraine, and then things went on from there.